Jai Hind student, today we are going to discuss the Lorenz curve. Lorenz curve is another important measure of variability of the statistical series. It is a graphical measure of estimating dispersions of a distribution. It was developed by the Max O. Lorenz in 1995 as a graphical representation of income distribution. This method is often used to measure the inequality of income or wealth in a society. In this method, the cumulative percentage of income or wealth plotted against the cumulative percentage of a person. The curve thus obtained it is called Lorenz curve. The curve shows the actual relationship between the percentage of income received and the percentage of income they actually received. In other words, we can say that Lorenz curve is a measure of deviation of actual distribution from the line of equal distribution. This is a cumulative percentage curve. The extent of deviation of actual distribution from the equal distribution is called Lorenz coefficient. Greater the distance of Lorenz curve from the line equal distribution, more is the inequality or variability in the series. On the other hand, closer is the Lorenz curve to the line of equal distribution, lower will be the variability and degree of inequality. So we can say that it is a curve that shows deviation of actual distribution from the line showing equal distribution. The steps are required in drawing Lorenz curve are: first, calculate the cumulative total of the size of the item in the case of continuous series, and second, calculate the cumulative frequency. Third, calculate the percentage of cumulative value both size and frequency. The last cumulative total is considered equal to be 100. And next, plot cumulative percentage of these two variables along x-axis and y-axis, that is cumulative percentage of the variable on y-axis and cumulative percentage of frequency on x-axis. Next, draw a line joining coordinate 0 to 0 with 100 to 100. This is called a line of equal distribution, so in the diagram. In other words, we can say that first of all, series converted into the cumulative frequency series. Cumulative frequency sum of the item or mid value of class interval assumed to be 100, and the different item are converted into the percentage of cumulative sum. Likewise, cumulative sum of the frequency assumed to be 100 and different frequency converted into percentage of the sum of the frequency. Next, cumulative frequency are plotted on x-axis of a graph and cumulative item are plotted on the y-axis. On the both the axes we started from 0 to 100 and both x and y axis taken value from 0 to 100. Draw a diagonal line joining 0 to 0 with the cumulative frequency 100 to 100. This shows equal distribution. It is therefore called equality line or line of equal distribution. Actual data are plotted on the graph. Our curve is obtained by joining different points. This curve is so actual distribution. Now question is, what is equality line? The 45-degree line show the situation when there is an even and equal distribution of income is known as line of equal distribution or line of absolute equality. At last, the observation, the actual distribution curve is called Lorenz curve. The closeness of Lorenz curve to the equal distribution line show the lesser variation in the distribution, and larger the gap between the actual distribution curve and the Lorenz line, greater is the variation. If two Lorenz curves are drawn on the same graph paper, in one which the further is away from the equal distribution, show the greater variation. Here in the graph you can see that Lorenz curve OKT is further from the line of equal distribution. So it shows the inequality in the distributions of income. In this graph you can see the company A graph and company B graph. You can see that company B is further, so the great deviations compared to the company A.